Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Jesse Camacho about season 2 of Locke Key that just dropped on Netflix. He, of course, plays Doug Brazel, and he's also the host of a new talk show called On Set with Jesse Camacho. Jesse, welcome back to the show, man. Good to see you.
Dude, thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be back. Finally being able to talk about the show.
Well, are we gonna pretend like we don't talk like every day,
that
basically?
We don't talk all the time. That's true. That we don't talk off the air all the time. That's true. Yes, we're very good friends.
It's always an exciting time when the show actually drops because, like you kind of said, we could talk about it now, and there's all anticipation and everything. What's it like for you? Because you've been on a bunch of cool projects, and Locke Key, you say, is one that you're really proud of as well. What's it like for it to actually be out now for you?
I mean, it's all these things, right? It's jubilation. It's relief. There's a bit of there's some bittersweet in there too, because we're wrapped for now or for however long.
Yeah.
So it's kind of all those things wrapped into one. But I think mostly it's just excitement because the cast, we were all just so excited for the world to see it and really get to have fun, because I think this season really pushes it to a different level. So overall, I think it's just jubilation.
We got kind of some glimpses that Doug Brazel is this passionate film buff that just loves his friends and everything. I think in season 2 you see a lot more of the passion. Is it safe to say that's what we get a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. And I think what's been great is that they sort of doubled down a little bit on the Savinis this year. Is that where season 1 left off, things were really shaky. Kinsey had kind of left us in the caves and we lost all our camera equipment. And I think people are gonna be happy to see that right off the jump they've made up, everything's great. The Savinis know about the keys, they know about the magic. But instead of doing amazing things in the world, they just want to keep making horror movies using the keys, because that's immediately where their minds go. So yeah, I think some people might say their priorities are a little out of whack, but I think that they really do double down on their passion for film, and it was nice to really kind of explore that dynamic even further.
It's funny because I've talked to you before it dropped and everything, and you were telling me what to expect a little bit, but I have to tell you, episode 1, the film premiere for The Splattering. I mean, Doug Brazel is in The Splattering. Yes. So I'm just curious, from kind of making Locke Key, Jesse, what was that whole day like? Was that a lot of days, that whole shoot? Because that was pretty intense, it seems.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. So that was the character that Doug plays in The Splattering is named Hillbilly Jack. And he's a horrible polluter. But that was actually my first day back on season 2.
Wow.
It was myself and Griffin Gluck who actually put on the Nephropata outfit. He didn't need to do it. They told him that they would get a stunt guy to do it, and he went, nope, I will be there, I'll do it. So yeah, that was my first day, and that was really kind of fun because it was the first time I was sort of alone on that set. It was just me and Griffin, so it was this weird feeling of oh, this was our set for the day, which was really cool. I did end up missing my my fellow Savinis, but yeah, that was fun. That was just one night. We went out kind of into a wooded area in the GTA and just had some fun. And that director, Mark Tonderai, is amazing. And it was just making a B level cheesy horror movie, And we kept going, let's go sillier, let's go bigger. And we would do small ones, big ones, medium ones, and I thought they found a really great balance.
I think it's pretty cool because there's a lot of cool Doug scenes in season 1 and season 2. I always go back to the hockey stick, and I feel like you should have kept that. And I get mad at you every day about that, don't I? But the boomstick. Come on, that was cool.
Yeah, you don't really get to see us shoot too much.
Yes.
In season 2. But I definitely think there's some scenes in Doug's basement, and I wish it featured more, but the hockey stick was there.
Oh,
the hockey stick with the boom was there.
Damn it!
Grabbed it and just kind of held it in the.
Did you take? Are you gonna ask them? You have to ask Meredith. Can I have the hockey stick? No, you have to ask.
I don't know if the prop is still out there. I guess they're saving it just in case. But
so basically, you could take the hockey stick and you can give it to PD Beats, right? That's what we're gonna do.
I'll tell you this: if I get that hockey stick, I'll give it to you.
I will put it on my wall and I will have him sign it, and it will be in the man cave. I don't know, just because we're Canadian, right? Hockey and everything. I thought that was the coolest thing. The boom hopper, boom stick is a hockey stick. I love that.
You have to remember too. I don't think it wasn't in the cave, but a lot of their equipment got damaged, and we don't really know how they got new equipment. And I think, I don't know, like how many people have seen all of season 2, but there actually might be answers to that coming up about like some new equipment, maybe in the future of Locke Key somewhere.
Oh, for sure. It's pretty cool. I mean, we talk about this all the time. I mean, Netflix is a powerhouse. You're part of the Netflix family because you're on Locke Key, which just dropped. You saw it in season 1 and you're back now with season 2, where like the fan reception and reaction from all over the world is so incredible. It's so quick. People love it. You started that whole kind of onset with just Camacho, where you do a lot behind the scenes and show fans and everything. Do you ever like prep yourself for like what's to come? Like, I feel like you can't prep yourself. Like, it's crazy. Like, your social media blows up. Like, it hasn't even been out for like a month, and it's just they want to know everything.
It's pretty crazy because when you're shooting something like this, I mean, I think if you're any of the regulars on the show, like the Amelias or the Connors, you can kind of, I think that there is a bit of an expectation, whereas someone like myself and the rest of the squad, we're more sort of on the peripheral, so we don't know how our characters are going to play. Mm-hmm. We don't know what the reception is going to be. And in season 1, it was so warm, and we were so embraced, and it was crazy, but it was for myself, and it was manageable. So I felt like going into this season, I was doing more of the kind of like, she'd probably kill me for saying this, but mentorship with like Leisha Mayboom, being like, this is what you should expect. These are the kind of things.
She just made her Popternative debut as well.
Yes, she did. Fantastic interview. I love me some Leisha Mayboom. So yeah, for me, it's honestly like, as someone who suffers from all kinds of anxiety and crippling self-doubt, this is a time where I get to marinate in people loving what I get to do, because I would say 99.9% of the feedback I get is people embracing the character, embracing the show.
Yeah. Oh, so, they love Doug. Yeah. Doug's got a little bit of a cult following. He's got a little bit of a fan. The Doug. He's got the Doug fans. Like, we got to call them something. The Brazil fans or something, like the Brazilians. The Brazilians.
Like the Brazilians.
The Brazilians.
and you know what? I got a vibe too that was sort of he fit that niche in the writers' room too. Yep. The writers' room said that Doug was one of their favorite kind of characters to just come in and do something kind of fun and goofy. And I know that they had said to me a couple times in season 2, whenever they needed like some kind of like little fun thing, like in episode 6, like who's going to guard the maze in episode 6? Like, well, it's got to be Doug. Like, so they love to fit me in there, and I'm just happy to put on whatever hat they give me, because I love the character. He's similar to myself. I think he's a little more cutting than me, but we're very similar. We both love film, and so it was just like, again, it was just a blessing every day to get to go there, and I'm just so happy that people have embraced him.
It's pretty interesting too, because at the end of the day, like, everyone on the show like are fans of other things too. Like, you're all like you're working, you're all like actors and storytellers. You're all fans.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Like, you have things that you're fans of, mm-hmm. and then now people are fans of Doug Brazil. It's like a full circle moment. It's a pretty cool moment.
It's pretty cool, especially like even within like Locke Key itself. Like, I was a huge fan of obviously shows like Stranger Things, and Locke Key is very kind of fits into that mold.
And you're a big Harry Potter guy, right?
I'm a huge Harry Potter guy.
And they literally said, sorry to interrupt, but they said that Stranger Things and like Locke Key was like Stranger Things and Harry Potter like together.
Yeah, and then created by the creator of Lost, which is like my favorite show growing up.
Yes.
And then you got Meredith Averill co-writing it, who wrote one of my favorite episodes of television in Haunting of Hill House. Like, it was crazy, and just getting together and seeing people go like, oh, I love Doug, or I love this. Like, oh yeah, that was me like 3 years ago. That's still me right now.
I didn't think about the Lost. I didn't think about the Lost thing. Carlton. I didn't think of that about that.
That was the thing that was most exciting.
I just thought about the fact that anyone who knows you or is friends with you knows that you're a big Stranger Things guy.
Yeah.
And you're a big Locke and Key guy, and you're also a big It guy.
Yes,
as well.
Love it. Yeah, and I don't know if people have seen my newest on So Jesse Camacho, but I sit down with my good buddy Jackson Robert Scott, Georgie from It, and we had a blast. That guy's, he's amazing.
You like doing interviews, You like doing these things, like talking about it and stuff?
Yeah, I think one of the the greatest things about this job was that they would bring us in a lot of the time just in case they would see us, and especially around Winterfest, I was there for that whole episode because we never knew when you'd see me in the background, and I was just kind of sitting there for the week, and I said, it'd be fun is if I just did these kind of silly behind the scenes videos, and I was with Halia and her trailer, and I was like, here, let's just record something. And then I just started doing them once a day. And so I'm going to release them once a day. And yeah.
It's interesting too, because I talk to you about this all the time. I mean, not everyone obviously is like their characters on like off screen, and not everyone likes to do interviews. Like I feel like it's kind of like a hit or miss thing. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't think I've ever told you this, but you know, I get asked like from time to time to like go on podcasts as a guest. I don't enjoy it as much. Like I don't like it. I freak out. I don't know. I like it kind of like it's a weird change of pace for me where I'm the one in control asking the questions, and it's the script is switched on me, like flipped. You know what I mean?
You see, I guess I'm almost the reverse. I guess that's the actor thing, right? It's like you tell me what to do. You tell me what to say. And so in interviews, it's like you get to set me up to answer the question. Yeah, I mean, I think like I'm the reverse. Being a host, I'm like, oh God, I gotta write my own questions. I gotta make sure that I know everything about this person. But I mean, I guess that's why you're so good at like what you do.
Thank you.
And I'm here being the guy going, please do all the work for me, and all I have to do is just say.
I didn't even prep questions. I'm just like, Jesse's coming on the show. Let's just do this and get it over with.
That's true. Like, you're so good at it, and you and I go way back anyway. So.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, we talked about some Locke and Key. We're gonna talk about something that like you're not gonna be surprised is brought up in this interview, but we kind of like I don't want to get forgotten. Crossroads now available on Popternative TV that you directed. And created with Erica Deutschmann. It's available.
I kind of co-directed it. Our friend Holly DeVoe really directed it. But
sorry, you wrote it. You wrote it.
I wrote it. And
Man, directing, right? You know what? People like obviously they're different. They're all different, of course. But it's just like it's all like behind the scenes.
And the way that we shot that was very like everyone was kind of helping with everything.
Sorry, Holly directed it. You wrote it. It's cool. It's an opportunity for new things to kind of get out there. It's a cool mockumentary kind of style. Hopefully there's more to come. You never know. They got to just check it out.
Hey,
but
there is. We just got to,
the reception was pretty good. I think people enjoyed it. I think Erica did a nice press run. I think people enjoyed the first episode.
Yeah. And we've got to thank you a lot for that, for really, pushing the show and getting it out there. And I think that the reason that the amount of people have seen it is literally because of you. But yeah, I mean, it goes back to that Erica, I found, has this kind of ability to be kind of very outlandish, but also very funny and very relatable. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, I wonder if we could harness that and like obviously push the outlandishness to what you can only do in a mockumentary, and see what the result was. And we just had so much fun writing it together, and she just killed it. She knows that character so well. Like I could write a draft of something and give it to her, and she does. I call it like the Erica Rhodes filter pass, where she goes, oh, yeah, no, if I say this instead, it's way funnier. And then on the day, she'll just improv too. I'll just ask her random questions. So, yeah, she's a star.
Yeah, and that's available on Popternative TV. And Jesse, thank you so much for joining me on Popternative. I don't know. I feel like this is like your third or fourth time on the show. We've done Instagram Lives. I don't know if I have to get you anything, like a mug or something. I don't know.
No, oh my God, I should get you something.
The stick.
The hockey stick.
The hockey stick. They can catch season 2 of Locke and Key now. They can catch it with Doug Brazell on Netflix. They can watch it, which is amazing. And they can follow you on Instagram, right, to keep up to date with more episodes of On Set with Jess Camacho as well.
Yes, there's more to come, and they get sillier and sillier.
Do you like how literally like I'm presenting it like this is like an official like talk show? Like you're enjoying that a little bit.
You know what's so funny is when I was recording them on set, I was like, part of me was like having so much fun. I was like, I wonder if like Netflix is going to ask me to go on their other sets and like do on sets with Jessica. I don't think that's going to happen, but
you never know. It's fun, but you do a good job. And I wanted to thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Always a pleasure chatting with you, buddy.
Thank you so much for having me anytime.
Yeah. YouTube.com/Popturn for previous episodes. Popturnative.com for other content as well. Jessica Camacho plays Doug Brazell in Locke and Key. Season 2 just dropped on Netflix. Until next time, this is Jessica Camacho and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.